Welcome to the Foul Out Podcast. Today we got my brother Arkeem on the cam and myself. And today we got a few things on the docket. We're going to talk about SNAP benefits potentially not being paid in November. Um, is there a place for traditional men in the Democratic Party? And a little discussion about hip hop and the NBA. So just to get started, let's jump into the SNAP benefits thing. So, with the government shutdown going on, there's a lot of speculation about will SNAP benefits be paid in November. Some people are saying that they will be paid since that's an essential expense, but other reports are saying that it's unlikely that they'll be paid. So, what do you think will happen? Like, what do you expect to happen in the next couple weeks if SNAP benefits are not paid in November?
Uh, the people who are receiving them are just gonna have to find a different way. Like I was telling somebody today. Everybody like the Republicans try to say that they're for the poor. The Democrats try to claim that they're for the poor and that they gonna help people build themselves up. The Democrats thing is we want to help you maintain lesser income people, lower income people. Let me say it like that. The Republican thing is we're going to build a society for you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And all you got to do is work and you could become something. They say that to people of lower income. But as you can see, the Republican, and this is a fight between the Republican congressman and the Democratic congressman, right? Or is it the House?
Congress, yeah.
Yeah, it's Congress, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So out of the Republican Congress, and then you got the Democratic Congress, both of them agree can shut down the government. We can't come to an agreement, but we're gonna shut down the government. But we all still getting paid. They all still getting paid. But guess who the first people they cut out? Poor people. People getting SNAP and was it TANF, all that
Hmm.
stuff. Y'all the first ones they shut out. Airport workers, first one they shut out. So whenever they come to you and tell you one thing, they just trying to finesse you out of your vote. Because as you can see, they can't agree on because this whole thing is about healthcare. They can't agree on the trillions of dollars that come through healthcare. One thing they can agree on is that all of us get paid and the poor people who own SNAP and stuff like that don't. We
Yeah,
don't
the
get
people
we
who
don't get
need it
paid.
the most.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
a
So
congressman, he make what $170,000 a year. So, like, if he missed a paycheck or two, if he was being responsible with his money, he would be able to fare a lot better than the person that's on SNAP, you know?
but yeah. So they can agree on that. We all get paid and y'all don't.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a video today. I'll try to pull it up in a little bit. It was this woman who was like, if the stamps don't come in November, if I'm in that Walmart line, if I swipe it and it don't go through, I'm just walking out the store with my basket of groceries. She said that I'm gonna bring one of my cousins that know how to throw them things, and if you got a problem with it, then it's gonna be like that. Um, and I'm really curious, like, what do people think about that? Like, like if I was a cashier at Walmart and Snap wasn't going through, and somebody was just like, "Well, I'm just walking out," then I wouldn't hawk them down. You know what I'm saying? I
I
wouldn't
say,
chase them out
look,
out the store.
but the person has to be informed. The person has to be informed. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, "Oh no, you're stealing." I say, "Look, bro, I'm gonna look the other way, and you get out that door fast as you can without being noticed."
Well, I
Like,
mean, security, that's their job to chase them. But me as a cashier, I just be like, yo,
You know, everybody got a friend. You have worked in a grocery store. I
yeah.
say, hey Sean, who works security?
Now, see, if you did that for one person, it'd just be like, okay, the grocery store lost $250 in grocery. But what if you had to do that 10 times? You know?
I'm not gonna call the cops.
Yeah, me either.
So I guess I'm gonna do it 10 times. Say, hey boss, we got another one. He just walked off. We got another one. I don't know what happened,
What
but
if
he
what if
just
you
walked
said,
out.
well, what if you said, gosh, Arkeem, aren't you gonna stop him?
No. My job say I'm a cashier. My job does not say I'm finna fight for Walmart or whatever. But some people like that. Remember, we worked there at Waffle House, and then somebody broke in and robbed one of the locations. And then the lady told us, if somebody come up in here, we gonna beat them down. This Waffle House. What? What? What?
Yeah, you
I ain't
right.
finna
This
fight for
is
no Waffle
Waffle
House.
House.
This is $1 million corporation. First of all, y'all paying me $235 up in here. I ain't finna. They can take the loss. They can take the.
Yeah, I agree. How you think it'll affect Trump's approval rating and like the elections coming up and then like even the midterm elections next year?
Um, I think there's a
Because you
sweet
gotta
spot.
know Trump's constituency, like the main people that voted him are like uneducated. I mean, un what is it? High school graduates is like their highest education.
Yeah, I
So
know much
you
more
know they gonna be
educated
hit.
people. Educated people usually do vote Democrat. I that's an absolute fact. You know, can't argue with facts. Because if you go look at all the highly educated places, Massachusetts, you know, New York, they all vote Democrat. You know, the cities with the most millionaires, you know, most educated people, they all vote Democrat. Um, but see, the thing is, the in this case, I guess the uneducated or the high school graduate or whatever you want to say, call them, they vote count just as much as that millionaire. And it's a lot more of those uneducated people than it is of those millionaires in higher education. And that's the point of voting. You know, lower education people have the same amount of voting rights as everybody else. Um, and as far as when it comes to Trump, the people who voted for him, they gonna vote for him. They gonna be with him no matter what. The majority of them gonna, even if it's against their own interests. And it's the same way on the Democratic side. They're gonna vote for Joe Biden and this side no matter what. You know, it's only like a small 2% who are kind of like, hey, I think I'll think about this. You know, because they say 80% of people have never voted for an opposing party.
Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. I mean, me being I'm a moderate ideologically Democrat politically, it would take a lot for the Republican Party to do for me to like actually stroke the pen and vote for them. But like we saw with the Epstein files, I think that there can be a lot of pressure, like even from the people that's gonna vote for you no matter what. There can be a lot of pressure from them, if the situation get out of hand because a lot of them. I think they said like 40 million people are on food stamps. So that's
What?
a well. Let me look that up, but I could have sworn.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, 41.7 million people receive
40s.
SNAP.
That's 10%. That's over 10% of the country.
12.3%. Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I did not know that.
Me either. It sounds crazy when you say it like that, but yeah, man, 10%. I guess that kind of makes sense. The bottom 10%, I guess, basically. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, they can really put pressure on Republicans. And a lot of times you don't lose votes to the other party, you lose votes to the couch. If you made a guy miss his food stamps for 2 months, he might not go to the polls for you.
But see, this is what I mean. This is their rhetoric. This is why I encourage everybody to watch MSNBC and Fox News because see what they're gonna tell them is I was watching both of them today, and you can go check this right now. If you go to CNN right now, which is primarily Democratic news station, they're gonna say the Republicans, we are fighting for your rights to health care. We can't let them do this. It's the Republicans' fault. So there's one person watching that, seeing that. And you go to the Republican side, they're gonna be over there saying, it's the Democrats' fault. They trying to take your health care, you know. So when that poor I call Donald Trump voters, I call them like toothless bobs. So when Toothless Bob sees that on Fox News, you know, Fox News also uses the word like what do they say? They say mainstream media. Mainstream media is not going to tell you, Tucker Carlson especially. Mainstream media is not going to tell you this while he's on the biggest news network in America, Fox News.
Yeah.
They go call out mainstream media, had them people thinking that they watching some type of independent news, man. Come on, man. But I personally think that, what was the question?
How do you think it'll affect Trump's overall
rating?
How would it affect Republicans?
Well, they're gonna watch Fox News and just think everything is the Democrats' fault. There's literally people out here who think the reason that their dog is dead is because of Obama. Because that's what Fox News tell them. You remember when all of them were saying Obama's an Arab? You remember that? Them people didn't just come up with that. I mean, they probably was racist, but they just come up with that. Fox News told them that Obama was a part of Al Qaeda. Remember that dude said because Obama's the CEO of Al Qaeda. Remember me telling you that? The reason why they're all still alive because their CEO is sitting in our Oval Office. Like, bro, come on, man. And they more than willing to believe anything. Like, you got people out here saying Michelle Obama is a man. She got pictures as a child with children that look just like her. And, all the proof is sitting right there. But no, his name Michael. Like, all in the name of, not liking him. I'm willing to believe anything, and I won't let it go.
Yeah, that's the part that's like super, super interesting to me. Is like people really down for their political party. Like they political
and didn't even
party
pass social studies.
Yeah, and didn't get paid by a dime by either group. Like, but people really ride for it like it's a gang.
This is a clip. I literally saw people and was at school with y'all. Y'all failed. Y'all were terrible in social studies. Y'all barely passed Warren Central, a school in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Y'all they didn't even make it to a halfway prestigious college, let alone a low-end community college. And then those same people are on the internet right now speaking about politics like they know something, but they don't even know the three branches of government. Like, I remember y'all, and it's just so crazy. It's just like, man, look, I know everybody grows for better or for worse. But some of y'all, man, y'all been dumb all y'all life, and then you trying to speak politically. Nah, man, just be quiet and believe whatever you want to believe. because to inform people, you sound real stupid.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the truth. Like a uninformed public is the easiest to manipulate. You know, I heard a quote once. It was like, it's easier to manipulate somebody than to show them that they've been manipulated. You know, it's
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I see that all the time.
Yeah, and you can't tell them. You can't tell them no different. They really, the first thing that got to them, that's what they believe.
Yeah, we on the pod, so we really give our opinions. But lately, probably like the past 3 months, I'm like, man, these people don't care what you got to say, man. They just don't. Most people, they don't. They don't care what you got to say. And it's like, I don't, and it's like, man, why am I trying to be a hero anyway? Why am I trying to be these folk hero? Why am I trying to expose something to them and let them know something? Like, look, if you believe that, you a goner anyway. You was never gonna survive this society anyway. And my little 2 cents ain't gonna do nothing for the years and years of manipulation you have been exposed to. Simple as that. So if somebody come
Facts.
to me and say, hey man, Michelle Obama really a man. That's crazy, bro. She is. She got 2 kids. No, they really cloned them from Obama, and they cloned them, and then they had a surrogate. Oh, okay. They sound like them dudes who saying like aliens exist. But you can't be both. There's no guy who's seen an alien and don't think the government is trying to get him. So like, oh, that's wrapped up into one.
Yeah.
It ain't no dude like, man, oh yeah. See, those are the people you believe. Because if a dude told me, man, I was out in the country one night and I saw some crazy stuff in the sky and then it warped and shot off. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what I was seeing. I was like, bro, I ain't high. I ain't none of that. And then he said, yeah, bro. You think the government trying to get us? Man, the government don't care about us. I'd be like, oh shit. I believe that nigga. Man, I believe him.
Yeah. But any closing remarks on that topic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Give me one last take on, like, what do you expect to happen if like 40 million people lose food stamps? Describe me, what do you think will happen?
I want to say it. Look, man. It was this movie. I don't know what movie that was. Was that 12 Years a Slave? I don't know. I think it was Uncle Ben's Cabin. It was one of them. But remember, they captured 2 men. Yeah, I think it was 12 Years a Slave. They captured 2 men who were actually free and brought them down south and made them slaves. And then they end up getting together. And they was in like the back of a carriage or something. And he said, hey, man, we need to get all these black folks together. We're going to all get together and we need to plan a revolution and get ourselves up out of here. And the other dude said, man, these people born and bred slaves. They ain't got the stomach for fighting. Man. when I heard that, I was like, mm, mm, mm. You gotta watch certain stuff like that in movies, especially if it's a black director or something. They will put little things in there, and you'll be like, "Oh, but you gotta catch them." It take a certain person to catch them, but you gotta catch them. I'll give you another one. This is off the radar. Did you see in Sinners when they were riding? They had picked that harmonica player up. I forgot his name, but they were riding back. They had Preacher Boy. It was Stack, and then it was the the harmonica player. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said he saw them guys and he saw them guys from Parchment Prison. And he said, y'all hold your head now. And he was like, yeah, man, what happened to people you did time with? And he was like, man, one of them did this, one of them did this. He said, and then we got paid a lot of money. He said, them white folks paid us a lot of money. Successful black dude, paid a lot of money. So he was thinking about going up there to Arkansas, starting a church and running him a juke joint. He said, but the conductor saw all that money, told one of them white folks, made up something about her, and they slit his throat from ear to ear. And that's when he said, that's like what go on now. They make up something sexual, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Successful black dude, pocket full of money, and they cut your throat. And I was like, man, that's what be happening now. They make up some sexual misconduct, and then they take them out. Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
So that's what they were referencing when he said that. Like, to let you know, they've been doing that just to try to get your money. But now they don't just do it with right there on the scene because it'll look too bad. You might go to jail.
Yeah.
You gotta do it in a certain way. But yeah, long story short, they ain't gonna do nothing. Go ahead.
Me, I think it's gonna be a little bit of looting. Nothing like widespread, but I think there will be some looting. But yeah, I think for the most part people will just pay for what they can with what they have. And that'll be that. But yeah, okay, so the next topic, let's move on to the Democratic Party. Is there a place for traditional men in the Democratic Party today? I'll kick this one off. Honestly, I kind of feel like there isn't. Like, or at least they haven't created one for us. On like a famous thing that happened during the last election, if you went to the Democrats' website, which they've now removed, they had a section who we serve. Women, minorities, all of these different groups. There was not a single category that said men. Not black men, not even a caveat with the word men. And that's really how the party feels. It's like if you want to be a part of the Democratic Party, it's almost no place that you can it's no place that a traditional man can express his views or live out his perspective within the Democratic Party. It's almost like you have to I don't want to say pander, but you gotta let go of what or you think your traditional thoughts. I'll say it that way. And that's what I get from the current Democratic Party.
Is there a space open for the traditional man? Well, the reason why they probably moved away from it is because one, we ain't got no traditional men like that no more. We got guys who are kind of divas and without saying, and still think they hold their masculinity with that. The Democratic Party is in turmoil. No doubt to say about that. There is no place for the real man because there is no place for that real man in this world anyway. See, the thing is, it never has been. That real traditional man never got any breaks anyway. He always was the guy in the background. He was always the foundation. He was always the one that pulled the load, and nobody ever gave him nothing. Everything he ever had, he scraped and fought for. right? And he got it on his own, and not many people congratulate him. You know, um, and it's the same way the Republicans try to speak to that man. They try to get that man, but like I said, it ain't many of them anyway, right? Because they want a break. They want a break. They want the big break, and they're looking for somebody to take care of them too. You know, Republican try to portray this image of we don't need nobody, we want less taxes, and we want, but they looking for the government to take care of them just in a different way than somebody else. But the guy, or maybe I'm talking about some way off the hinge. What do you mean by traditional man?
What I mean is like anytime you start just getting into the main crux of like what you want in society, what your ideal society looks like, anything beyond like a popular phrase Democrats say, um, a United States for all. We all agree with that. But once you get into the nitty gritty of it, it's almost like the views you express would become Republican leaning then or conservative leaning. You know what I mean? Like other than things that have to do with social identities, anything that a traditional man believes beyond that is conservative by today's standards.
Jalen, do you think that America, well, the Democratic Party doesn't have anything for the traditional man?
That's
It
essentially what the
incentivizes gays, it incentivizes women, it incentivizes pretty much all group except like a straight male working trying to make it.
yeah,
Do you
traditional man. The nuclear family type thing. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't think that they really do much to appeal to that demographic. And to be honest, almost seems like they tend to forget that that is still mostly the majority. You know what I'm saying? Is the people who really like blue collar workers in America, and especially the man. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a president like Trump who's talking about industry, manufacturing, and all this, well, a lot of times, and not to knock women because you do got a lot of women in that space now, but when you're talking about manufacturing and things like that, that's the working man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that is the traditional man. So on one ticket, you kind of like upholding and bolstering the traditional man in that way. But then as far as the Democrats, you know what I'm saying, they're seemingly doing the opposite. So I really feel like there was a lot of the appeal in Trump getting the office is that, you know what I'm saying, if they kind of had to put a more traditional conservative foot forward. I know they, more leaning liberal with them being democratic, but I mean, sometimes you just don't reinvent the wheel. It's been even when it was Obama, that was a traditional black man. You know what I'm saying? Really had a lot of traditional values. So I definitely think they strayed away and don't even try to appeal to that demographic very often nowadays.
Yeah, I agree. it seems like what the Democrats try to do is just get like every single group of people and just create a huge mashup and try to call it a voting block, which you can do. But all I'm saying is there are people like us who are we are voting for these people rights and the safety of these people and support of veterans and all these different groups. But we also are saying like, man, we want something too. You know, we want
I
something
think
for us.
it's that with that conservative side, you get more of a foundation. I feel you have more of an identity. With the Democrats, it's like, and I know I feel like we use this term a lot in the group, you know what I'm saying? But they're being moment men. They're being led by what's popping right now, you know. And I feel like we've seen it in even the presidential runs, like Kamala Harris, you know, Hillary Clinton, you know, they did a lot of things to try to appeal to the youth, you know, got a lot of celebrities involved that were popular at the time doing different things like this. And just like we were saying earlier about the demographics that they were appealing to, you know, this is all new. I'm talking in the 2020s, later 2010s, that these minorities start to rise and you started getting, you know, these pride events and going to Atlanta, you know, going to Lenox Mall in the summertime and everything's all rainbow latent and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they're just living in the moment a little bit too much. They're losing the identity of what it is to be a Democrat. And in the times like this where you always got things changing, on a whole lot of different fronts. You got wars, you got crypto versus, you know, traditional currency. You got, you know, just a lot of things going on the home front as well. You know, people being deported and things like that. So I feel like people are wanting more of an identity, more of a foundation, more of something to lean on, especially in times like this. And when you're looking at the Democratic Party, it's like you're grasping at straws. You know, it's a lot of people can find something to identify in the Democratic Party, but when you look at, hey, if I'm a Democrat, I've been a Democrat for 15, 20 plus years, what is it do I have to lean on right now? Does the current party reflect those values that made me become a Democrat in the first place? You know, and I think that's what's lacking.
Yeah, and that will make somebody not go vote. I don't think that I will vote for a Republican at this stage in my life, but I do think that there are people like me who would just decide not to vote if they weren't excited about the current candidate's platform. You know what I'm saying? You lose a lot of people to the couch. Uh, I was listening to Maryland's Governor Wes Moore. He's a guy that people want to run for president in the next race. And one thing I liked about him was he spoke with power. You know, he spoke with conviction. Like he just had like a good spirit. And I said, man, what's so different about him and other Democrats like Cory Booker? You know who Cory Booker is? And it's like, and I kind of pinpointed it to whenever you hear a Democrat talk, they always talk about what's being done to us and how Donald Trump is taking food out of babies' mouths. Donald Trump is making it so, you know, people won't have affordable groceries and healthcare. It's like, it's just from a victim place. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's doing all this stuff to us and we're begging him to stop. But when Trump goes up there, for real though, but when Trump goes up there, he say Joe Biden was the worst president in the United States history. You know, he allowed all
Hey,
these
everybody was the
illegals.
worst president in history for that
That's
nigga.
what I'm saying, though. He allowed 5 million illegals to cross the border. Hillary Clinton was a terrible person. She deleted emails. Nancy Pelosi, yada yada yada. It's like he doesn't say, Joe Biden let in all these immigrants and they're taking our jobs. He not saying it like a victim. You know what I'm saying? He's saying it like commanding, like this what y'all did wrong, not please stop hurting me.
That
And
goes a long way. That goes a
it
long way
does.
because yeah,
Hey,
because I
yeah.
mean, like you said, when you playing victim mentality, Like, you ain't really got a leg to stand on. And Trump, he really go in there. He just really say what it is and nobody check him. The thing is, people want the oohs and ahs. Yes, this man says a lot of stuff and a lot of it be untrue, false, whatever it may be, but he says it brazenly. He says it with passion. He says it like it's true. And he fully believes it himself. And the thing is, people are gonna watch the show. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna go back and look at the fact check. You know what I mean? They're not going. Not many of the populace is going go back and look at were the things that he's saying actually true. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Facts.
that's why, Democrats, you got to get it right the first time, man. You got to go out there with pizzazz and power. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be timid. I feel like at this stage, not going against somebody like Trump, who, like I said, these people not going to most of the time fact check him. The people who actually go into the polls and everything like that. So it's just like you got to come with something to match that. I don't think they do a
Facts.
good
Hey,
job. I feel
man.
like you were hitting on it earlier because I feel like they try to come back forcefully, but it's just like that traditional story of like the bully in school, you know what I'm saying, or the popular kid in school, right? And it just looks so effortless, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody may come into some money or something and they try to do the same thing. And yeah, they wearing the same stuff, they getting the same haircuts and everything else, but it just ain't hitting the same as the dude who was just naturally whatever it was. And I
It
think
was
this is the
in him,
same
not
thing.
on him. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The Dems, you can see it, you can see through a lot of what they trying to portray. I feel it don't go.
This is what I got to say for the Democratic Party. Listen closely. Start lying. Start making shit up. All right. Okay. Start saying Donald Trump an alien, bro. You gotta start. You gotta do something.
Who
Start
gonna check
saying
you?
that he's selling the country low key to you. Gotta start. That's what they do. Fight back. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen that video where that dude was rapping? But guess what, baby girl, man? Yo, that's what happens. He says, good boy. You remember that? And then he just was like, oh man, the dude just was standing there. It's like, fight back. All
Literally.
right. And Democrats, y'all don't do nothing for straight men. We understand you with gay rights and with trans rights. We love that. But see, you only getting them to vote for you. The reason why everybody's switching over is because the Republicans are speaking to the traditional man, okay? A guy. The thing is,
And
when
the
you do,
traditional woman.
yeah, and the traditional woman, when you do things like, hey, speak to abortion, the traditional man is married. He's not aborting anything 9 times out of 10, right? All right. And when you do stuff like, you know, what's some other things they did, like the stuff with the LGBT community. Look, the traditional man is probably ain't got a problem with that, but when he see that, he don't see himself. He don't see something for me. He
And
don't
it's
see that.
fine. It's fine to want the LGBTQ community to have their rights. We all cool with that. Like Democrats need to stop focusing so much on social things. Like, bro, the country is $37 trillion in debt, bro. We need to move on beyond social politics.
Yeah.
And one last thing I want to say that Wes Moore said, I hope he run for president. He said, I'll work with anyone, but I will bow down to no one. And I just thought that was so
That's
powerful,
tough.
man. So yeah, man, Wes Moore for president.
Yeah, if he run, and what he's in DC, Virginia, one of them states over there.
Maryland's governor.
Maryland,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, to the original topic, like, they got to start doing stuff that speaks to different people. I mean, it's not even like the Republicans have it locked down on speaking to that traditional guy. But I mean, I was voting for Kamala because hell, I always vote Democrat. But it wasn't like Obama. You know what I'm saying? Obama, when he came in, he was talking about the Affordable Care Act. It's kind of like, bro, if somebody gets sick, if somebody ever gets sick, a real man, it don't matter who you was, everybody. Ain't nobody millionaires like that. It's like 1-2% of the country millionaires. So that 98% was like, whoa. Well, he say if somebody gets sick, then we're not gonna go broke. If I get hurt at work, then I'm gonna have something for me. Like I'll be okay. Like, yeah. So that's why Obama won, because he was speaking to everybody. Because everybody fears themselves getting sick or a loved one getting so sick. And then at the time, the way how it was set up is that, you got to send your boy home to die. Child gets sick, you got to send him home to die. Because that's what happened on John Q. You remember John Q with Denzel Washington? That was before the Affordable Care Act. They had sent his son home to die. He pulled out the shotgun and said, until y'all put my son on that list. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what people like Obama would do. So you Democratic or Republican, you hear that, you like, hey, yo, I gotta vote for him.
Yeah.
Because no matter if you was racist, no matter if you hated black people with all your core, if you got power of attorney and mama in there dying, you gonna use that Affordable Care Act. Because ain't now one of them that, right? I ain't gonna use it because mama dying. I don't care. I ain't gonna use it because Obama passed it. Boy, hell no. They use that shit just like everybody else. They use it just like everybody else. So
and then
that's
at
what
the
you gotta
time,
do.
the entire global financial system was collapsing. And then here's a guy who's saying, I got a plan. You know what I'm saying?
I got a plan to fix it. I got a plan to repair the housing market. I got a plan to get us out of the recession. So that's how Obama won. People, just want to chalk it up. Every black person, dude, only 13% of the country is black. He would have got washed if that's all he got. But yeah, and then all of them made him eligible to vote because you got felons, and then half of them kids. So there's only like 6% of the population that can actually vote for Obama. But this ain't about Obama. This is just something that he did for America that made people vote for him. That was the last Democrat that we really had to win. Same thing with Joe Biden. Joe Biden basically was like, "Hey, I can fix this COVID problem." Well, do you think Joe Biden won because of his platform, or did he win because it was kind of like, hey, Trump messing
I
up?
think it was some Obama residual in there. I think it was a lot of anti-Trump. I think a lot of people had family members that died because of COVID. And they was like, hey, we need somebody else in there. Cause, so I think it was a combination of things for sure.
Did y'all ever think he was gonna win again? I thought the Trump years was over. Now when they stormed
When I
that
saw he
Capitol,
was going against Kamala, bro.
Oh yeah, by then I knew he was gonna win.
Well, I put it this way: when Joe
When I
Biden beat
seen,
him, I thought that was the end of his saga. But when there was rumblings that he was coming back, and then like I saw the way people was responding on social media and stuff, like I was
I
hoping,
just knew he was
because I
gonna
was
be
like,
indicted and
I said, because he coming, bro.
somebody bars, bro. Yeah.
I was like,
Man.
I didn't really want him to go to jail per se, but something to stop this man from running again, because I knew he was coming the way
You got too
the
big
way
of a
folks
fan
was
base.
reacting. Yeah, man.
Yeah. People just don't care about you down there going to jail for the stuff that he was about to go to jail for.
Well, like I always say, bro, that was them charges he got. Like nobody can truly tell you what them charges really was. It was like, what, he took some papers home he wasn't supposed to take? Like, so?
Yeah.
He had a hush money trial. He paid a
They was
stripper.
on Hillary.
Don't.
They was on Hillary ass about that though.
Nah,
They
well,
ain't do no
Hillary.
time
Well,
either.
see, Hillary calls. Well, what they were saying was Hillary called some boys who was in war to die. So they were saying Hillary was ignoring emails from people over in war and her not responding to them because they didn't agree with her politically, letting them get. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but it's just like another side of the coin. I feel like it's similar actions. You just got bigger consequences on one side, but that don't make the action itself correct. But both of them end up getting off. So I mean, or didn't really suffer any consequences. So I mean, it really about the same thing, I guess.
Yeah. But okay. That was a good topic. Let's move on to this next one. Hip hop. So I saw a question floating around. It was like, are hip hop artists today less talented than they were maybe 15, 20 years ago?
less talented? Well, that depends on what type of talented you mean. Are they less interesting? Yes. Are they less impactful? Yes. Are they less iconic? Yes. Like we only got 2 stars under 30 that are even like big time rappers. There's Playboy Cardi, NBA YoungBoy. We ain't got no more artists in their 20s that's like making large impact. Back in the day, you had Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z. All them boys was under 20, getting major
How old is
platforms.
Uzi?
Uzi like 32,
How old is
31,
Travis?
like 33.
Dang,
Yeah.
Travis 34. Bro, I never would have
He
known.
34? Oh, okay.
Me neither, bro.
Well, yeah, I was saying Young Thug like 35. Yeah,
Bro,
that's
I
what I'm
never
Young
would
saying.
have
Thug
known.
only 35?
Yeah.
Thought that
Future
man was
like
like 40 something.
Future like 42. Future and Lil Wayne the same age, bro. Future and J. Cole and Wayne. J. Cole and
Dang.
Wayne the same age, bro.
So we don't. So it's no 20-year-old
Hold
rap
on, man.
superstar.
Except Playboy
Y'all making me
Cardi,
pull out the YouTube music, bro. Cause it ain't
Playboy
no way.
Cardi, and NBA YoungBoy are the only. Wait, Playboy Cardi 30. Playboy Cardi is 30.
What?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
30.
he
He got
30.
the he
Yeah, he
30.
30.
NBA YoungBoy is the only 20-year-old star. I mean, I guess you would call Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson, but they not.
They not
Man, I don't
They ain't
even
even
know
got
them
no
two.
song.
They
They ain't
not
even
I
got
don't even know
songs on
them
the
superstars.
two, so
charts
we
like
can't
that.
count them.
Wait a minute. Let me think.
That's what
Yeet.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeet
It ain't
not a
no way.
superstar though.
Lil Tecca
I
don't
think
count
that
for
might be
sure.
true.
Lil
It
Tecca
looking
don't
like
count.
it's true, bro. But hold on, man. Hold on.
That
Let me
is
Playboy
just
Cardi
check.
just
insane.
turned 30
Cause that's
on like
insane.
September 14th or
Oh, what
something.
about Kodak? How old Kodak is?
He not a superstar though.
Come on,
He's still
man.
pretty big, but he's 30. He's
Come
probably
on now.
32. If not, I'm gonna
Y'all
say
remember Super
29 at the
Kodak
Kodak?
least.
28.
He
28.
count, bro. He count. You gotta
He
put
count.
Kodak in there.
Well, we
He
give
count.
him, but like Jay, this is what we mean. Like as far when we
Nah,
say
but yeah,
impact,
overall, I'm just trying. At this point, I'm down there just playing devil's advocate
I ain't, I,
because,
I didn't know
like,
Kodak was that young. I thought Kodak was like, all right.
I thought he was younger than that when he came
Grilla.
with you. Well, definitely with Skrilla, but I was talking about when he went pop.
but either way, like bro, we don't have many
Nah,
artists at all.
we don't.
Like hip hop. Like I was
Key
watching, I believe
Glock,
Adam 22.
will he count?
How old is he? How old is he?
See, I just know he can't be 30.
No, he can't be.
28, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you. It's an argument. He pretty big though. I definitely thought after Dolph died, this was something that I was kind of looking at as an experiment to really see like if he was gonna have like the longevity and just really be like a superstar like talking about. But he really didn't impress me with what he done did so far because honestly I really don't know too many other artists on PRE who's just doing anything anywhere near what he doing. So I gotta give him
You
props
got
on
other
that.
guys there, but like it's like Jay Fizzle, but he more known for having 32 baby mamas.
I don't even know who
I
that
don't know no
is.
songs by him. I don't know no songs by him. Big Moochie Grape, I think he is kind of known, but I don't know no music by
Yeah,
him.
me saying. Oh, Lil Yachty 28.
Lil Yachty ain't relevant musically.
You don't think so?
Not like a Key Glock and Kodak. He ain't up there with them.
Yeah,
You think he up there with them?
I can call that. Well, talking about
Nah,
Yachty,
he ain't up there with them.
he got the Drake feature. Well, I guess Drake features ain't as
That ain't well. See, what I'm saying you can't be being
as
carried off Drake. I'm talking about like Key Glock ain't got. Matter of fact, Key Glock ain't got no features, brother. Then they gonna do some music with nobody. But
This is true. He really hold his own.
yeah, but see, he still got his own buzz, you know. Like
Yeah.
Yachty straight. I listen to his music more than I listen to the rest of them, but I'm just being objective with it. Like he just not big.
He
Like
big in the sense of the extra. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah,
extracurricular
like
outside of what
podcasting
I
and
feel like. Yeah.
other stuff like
Okay,
that.
I got a little revelation. Y'all tell me if y'all think it's true. Millennials were one of the like largest generations. I think we like number 2 behind baby boomers. Like largest generations ever. And I think we were the last generation that had, radio where like somebody else was programming the sounds we heard. You know what I'm saying? Where we had record labels that kind of like did artist development. It was like, you coming behind Lil Wayne, you coming behind Kanye. And I
And mom
think,
and pops were one of your main sources of music.
yeah, and it's like, I think our generation, that's why you look at people like LeBron, Drake, like people that are associated with our generation, we just never let go of them. You know what I'm saying? And I heard somebody say today, like for Gen Z, it's way different. They grew up with Spotify, Apple Music, and stuff. I heard that like their music taste is super fragmented. You know what I'm saying? Like some people might be into, like I can't say, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely. Other people into Young Boy. Other people into Yeet. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's super fragmented. But us, we like headlines was on every single day on the ride home from school. You know what I'm saying? But they don't listen to radio. They listening to what they choose to listen to.
I
So
think
is that
even
they
like
listen to
taking a
what they
big part
choose.
of
All right, so
like,
let me go ahead, Jalen.
well, I just wanted to touch on what he was saying about like the influences that we have, or we had when we was growing up versus what they have now. I mean, we just gonna keep it a buck, bro. Niggas nowadays don't even like the band, bro. They don't even want to get in the band. You know what I'm saying? Like we grew up, we had people who it was equally spread. You had people who was in band, you had people who was in, foot sports, you had people who was doing any kind of extracurricular type of things. But this, and then like you said, the radio not having all these other sources of music, you essentially got exposed to a lot of, I would say, deeper musical principles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got exposed to more musical, I guess you could say, I don't know, like instrumentation is part of it. We got introduced to rhythm and blues early, the things that really portrayed that live aspect of music. And also the music that was being made around the time that we were coming up also employed a lot more instrumentation. They employed a lot more duration. You know what I'm saying? You had songs that, I mean, minimum back then, songs was 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times they were 4, 5, 6 when you talking about people like Sade. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you had these type of influences growing up. I remember when it couldn't be a R&B song played without them at least having one breakdown in that jump where it just changed the whole sound of the song. You know what I'm
the
saying? And it
bridge?
was hard. Yes, yes, and it just made you like really look forward to that when one of your favorite artists was dropping something. And now I feel like along with having all these streaming services and just that really like ready to play, like right on time, instant type of indulgence of like music services, that you lose a lot of that. And I think with them growing up with these type of things, the artists that are coming from their generation, they're just not as musically soaked as we were. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that breadth of just, you know, that range that we had. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of times, in my opinion, what happens is now they getting carried by production. Now that's one thing that has improved due to technology and experience and everything else. Production nowadays is out of this world, and a lot of times I'll say that you can almost damn near put anybody on the beat and it would have been a hit, you know, on the production, and it would have been a hit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big difference to why people, millennials, had just such great musicians, and right now most of them are over 30. They are coming from us, you know what I'm saying? And we can't find that many in the 20s because it's so copy paste.
So you saying that the influences, basically the previous generation influences the next generation, and like the influences that the current generation has, it ain't enough to top the generation before. That's what you're saying.
Right. Right. Because I think it's too saturated with everything right now. Like you said, you have way too many options. A lot of your attention is gonna be fragmented in music. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a microwave society right now. You know what I'm saying? You want it hot and ready. And you know, back in the day, you had to really like I said, marinate in music, marinate in concepts and principles to make your music and stuff like that. You know, we used to have books that either had lyrics in the album, in the CDs, you know what I'm saying, or gave you producers or whatever that was tied to the songs. You don't have anything like that now. It's too hard to get. You can go to settings and scroll down, maybe, you know, find some things like that, but it's not as I guess you could say nuanced as it used to be.
But Jay, um, thing is that even though you have rappers, you have Yeats and all that kind of stuff, those artists, they're not as impactful. So like these kids are watching somebody. They watching somebody, but whoever that is or whatever that is, it's not rap. It's not, because it can't be. Like, just look at it. Like, you have none of these dudes, because if that was true, none of these dudes are charting. None of these dudes are becoming too big. None of these dudes selling out arenas. NBA Youngboy is the only one selling out arenas. Playboy Cardi, as big as he is, he not selling out arenas. Kodak ain't selling out arenas. Back in the day, when we was coming up, Jay-Z was selling out arenas. Wayne, for sure. Drake, you know. But like the newer hip hop artists, like, you could always tell how hot something is and how big something is by the tickets. Like, you can bot all you want to. You can bot streams, but you can't bot people, right? Like, you got Barb fan pages. Look up Barbie on Nicki Minaj. You ain't got that for Kodak Black. You ain't got those for Sexy Reds and Lottos. You ain't got those, you know? So my thing is that, like, cultures can die. One day rap will end. I ain't know it was gonna end this quick. But if you go back and look in the 80s, like, heavy metal was huge. Heavy metal was charting. You know, you would see people who made that headbanger music and it would top the charts. But you know, some there along somewhere in the 80s as well, people kind of stopped rocking with it. And then soft rock kind of just came back, like the Eagles, like Take It Easy, like stuff like that. That stuff came back.
Alternative. Mhm.
Alternative. And then we still have music just like that now. Sam Smith and what's the other redhead guy's name?
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
Ed
sure.
Sheeran. You know, he kind of make a something similar to that now. You know, something that can always play.
Transcend
But
time.
yeah, there is trend for music, and what I'm trying to see is that hip hop now, because when you just slowly see the decline, like you go look at hip hop charts right now, it's not hip hop on there. Top 10, it's not on there. You got Playboy Cardi. He went number one with Evil Jordan, but it was Evil Jordan. It was there for 1 week. We don't know if somebody paid for that with a credit card or not. Because Evil Jordan, like, do you see people putting that in their stories and stuff like that? Not like that. Like,
Because ultimately, it's only digestible up to a point. Back when hip hop had a message, a whole lot more people could relate to it for a longer duration of time. Even
is
to this day,
Lollipop a message?
hell
Lollipop ain't no
no,
message. It's just a good
no,
song. It's
it's
just a
just a
good
good
song that
song.
everybody
No,
like. It's
it's a message. Shawty want a thug. Bottles in the club. Yeah.
I mean that that is worthy of some finger
I mean,
snaps.
I guess you could say a
But
bad, like girls want a bad boy who can have the bottles in the club, you know. And then
man,
Shawty want a hump. Shawty want a hump. You know what I'm saying? So
man, come on, bro. They ain't
Shawty
having
want a
that like,
hump.
ain't no way they can stop me now, ready, cause I'm on my way. I can feel my rain coming. They ain't doing no stuff like that no more. You know what I'm saying? This is the
What
stuff
the
that they
hell
get.
was that you was just singing?
You don't know that song? That's
Anyway,
Nelly.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is killing it.
Millennial crowd though.
Nah, but
Right.
she still, if you go look at it, if you go look at the charts, she's still killing. That can't be all
Because it's
millennials.
translatable, bro. They be having pop and animated
No, dude,
movies
that
and
can't
TV
be all
shows.
that.
Dude,
All
it's
right, wait.
You
because
can't be killing. You
bruh,
can't
it's
be killing and
because
murking niggas
our
when you
artists
trying to
are
live a
better than
normal
their
life, man.
artists. So our artists can grab their fan base, the Gen Zers. But the Gen Zers artists, they can't grab us because they not better than the folks we grew up on.
And we can't
See what
relate
I'm
to all
saying?
that bullshit. We can't relate to all that bullshit, man.
I
I
kind of
think
agree
that's
with
what it is.
Jalen
The
because I
subject
was kind
matter
of
is
thinking about
different,
it.
dog.
But
Yeah,
see,
because
this
I
what I'm
was
saying,
thinking about
Jay.
it and I was like, bruh, if you look at Take Care, y'all remember when Stevie Wonder started playing the harmonica on Doing It Wrong? Like, bruh, think about the first time you heard that. You
Bro.
Now,
know,
how do we
I
know
was
that
like,
And,
was
and,
him?
and, and
I
I
was,
didn't even know it was Stevie Wonder. When I found out it was
me
Stevie
either.
Wonder, I was like,
Yeah, bro.
that's
Like, Take
hard.
Care was the out. Like, when I heard that, I was like, bro, I didn't even know you could do this on a rap album. You know what I'm
I didn't know
saying?
that was Kendrick Lamar on Buried Alive. And when I found that out, I was like,
Yeah, he just gave the man a slot on his album. Like, I didn't know you could do that kind of stuff. And I
Boy,
just
that was
know
his biggest mistake, boy.
the
He could
guys
have let
today ain't doing
let that
that.
boy ride.
I just know a Yeet ain't having a dude playing the saxophone after, in the middle of his record or whatever. I just know
yeah,
they ain't got that type of artistry. So I
Hey,
yeah,
kind of
bro.
side
agree
It's
with
note,
something to be
Jalen.
side note.
said, bro.
If I was Drake, I'd just let that boy ride. If he could go back, hey, don't put him on the track. Matter of fact, don't put him on the tour. Just let him ride. We would have
Was he
never
on the
had.
tour? He was on the tour.
Yeah, he put
What
Kendrick
tour he
Lamar.
was on?
I don't know,
I
but
don't know,
I
but
remember they wanted Chris Brown. They wanted Chris Brown and Drake to tour, but Drake, he said, hell no, kick Drake off. I mean, kick Chris Brown off. And they were like, well, who we gonna have to replace him? He a big artist. And he pulled for ASAP Rocky and Kendrick to be on the tour.
yeah,
Mm. But that was some label stuff. They was all on the same label.
No, they wasn't, nigga.
At that time, they wouldn't.
Drake
Because they
was
don't
Young
know.
Money.
But Young
Drake
Money is under
Universal.
and ain't
Universal.
Kendrick under Universal?
He on the Interscope. Well, Interscope is Universal, ain't it?
Cause the whole
Yeah.
thing about behind them getting sued right now is like they have the same parent
I-
company or something like that right
Yeah,
now.
they do.
Dude,
Yeah, they
but
do.
but
But it's
I've heard
like this, bro.
ASAP say it. Drake said it. Like that's what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, but Drake, no,
Oh,
Drake made the call. If it was up to the label put Chris Brown and Drake on the tour. Drake said, no, I don't want Chris Brown on my tour. I want ASAP Rocky and Kendrick. And they booted Chris Brown off the tour.
and was it a thing of him just choosing Kendrick because he
No,
wanted to help put him
Drake
on?
picked them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it
that's why
him
he
wanting
picked
to
him.
put him on, or was he like
And
one
then
of the
that's when
only people who could have replaced Chris Brown at the time, like on that level?
look,
What
all I
level?
know
What
is
year was this?
okay, so do you remember effing Problem? A real bad bitch is that my fucking
13,
problem.
14?
And yeah,
Yeah.
like the fuck I got a fucking problem. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
song was really made for their tour, right? So
I'm trying to see what was Kendrick big. Oh, Kendrick came out to 2011.
this was before,
Good
but
Kid,
see,
Mad
look,
Kid, Good
this
Kid,
was
Mad City
before
came out.
this
I
was
consider
before he
him
came
big
out.
at that point though.
Look, all right, so Take Care came out 2011,
10.
right?
Thought it was
No,
10.
11.
Okay.
It came out 11 because I remember I was at Heinz. So it came out 2011 because Carter 4 came out first. And that came out in September. So that means in October. October 2011 is when that came out. Kendrick came out 2012 with Good Kid, Mad City. That was like September, October 2012. Right. And then 13, the album, it only sold 100,000 copies. And then right before we all came to state, Kendrick dropped that Control verse. When he dropped Control verse, that's what made Good Kid, Mad City go platinum. It went platinum the next day after he dropped that Control. So yeah, but yeah, they made effing Problems together on the tour bus of that tour. That's how they made it. Yeah, and then it came out, and then Kendrick dropped the verse or whatever. And then that's why when Drake came back with, remember
Drake
Future had the song Shit. And remember
Mhm.
Drake, Shit, Papa, Pacha. And then Drake got on the song with him and said, ain't nothing changed but these funny style niggas that I put on in the game. He was talking about Kendrick for dropping that Control verse. I'm like, that's 2013. So he was like, bruh, like I put you on the tour. I put you on my tour, put you on my album, and then you make a song dissing me. That's why Drake was mad from the beginning.
Man, he dissed the whole. He really.
He dissed everybody. Yeah, he dissed everybody.
I think they got more beef than just the Control verse.
I said it had to be because that ain't. I mean, that was he ain't specific.
Because in one of his disses, Kendrick said something like, you sent me first person shooter, but we got some other things to address or something like. But anyway, the other question I had on this topic was, if you had to name the most talented artists of the 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s, go. Like pick the most talented artists of each decade.
No,
of the 90s?
No certain genre, no certain race, no certain.
No, we talking hip hop, so keep it hip hop.
Hip hop.
Hip hop,
Okay,
90s probably.
No, that's 2000s.
No, you said
2000s.
Okay, now
2000s is Wayne, bro.
I want to say Tupac. Tupac for the 90s for sure. For the odds,
It's gotta be Wayne.
I want to say Wayne. Wayne.
Let me see who else it could be.
It gotta be Drake for the 10s and for the 20s. It can't be nobody else.
I just thought about somebody for the odds.
50? Oh,
that boy Kanye.
Oh. Well, the difference between Kanye and Wayne. Well,
man, at some point Kanye got bigger than Wayne, bro, because it was like Jay-Z and Kanye type thing.
He never was bigger than that nigga. He never had a tour that
It seemed
outdid
like he was
Wayne's.
big.
I'm talking about in the odds.
Maybe
He never
I guess if we talking
outsold.
about numbers, but then I'm talking about like I don't
He
know.
never
I guess when it
outsold
comes to like
Wayne.
rap hierarchy type thing, hierarchy.
He never outsold Wayne. He never had a bigger tour than Wayne. He
I
never
don't know.
like
if I
what's
could-
the other thing? Well, they didn't have streams and stuff back then. But like he never outcharted Wayne. You know, like I think Kanye always did come second to Wayne, but I think that Kanye's personality beat out Wayne's. So now that's why Kanye's voice and stuff like that is so much more relevant than a Wayne. But if them boys both drop albums, you know Wayne outselling that nigga like tenfold.
But wait. Okay, so you said Wayne, Drake, and now this the interesting one. What about for the 2020s?
NBA Youngboy.
Most talented?
The NBA Youngboy.
Okay. Who you got, Jalen?
Let me think on that one. 2020 more talented, cause just like we were saying. I mean,
I'm saying,
okay, so
who did you
this-
pick for 2000s? Wayne?
Oh yeah, I picked Wayne for thousands. Tens, of course, Drake. The 20s. Right now,
That's
I
tough,
almost
man.
Cardi ain't hip hop, huh? We ain't count him.
Yeah, he hip hop.
He hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah, he hip hop.
But you said YoungBoy outsold him. Until this latest YoungBoy latest YoungBoy run, I really would not have said that he was bigger than Cardi. Like for some reason, it just seemed like Cardi had like this big cult following. You know what I'm saying?
He does. He does.
Like, so I don't know. I felt like YoungBoy, he got a large audience, but when I think of YoungBoy audience, I do think of New Orleans. When I think of
When you if they both drop the album, Cardi would outsell Young.
type thing.
Yeah, he'd outsell.
I mean, he probably like the biggest artist.
If
Like
I had
we
to
count
pick for the
2020s,
2020s,
it would have been Juice WRLD though. I would have said Juice WRLD.
Ooh,
If Juice
that
WRLD
boy
was
lasted
bigger,
6
I would've
months.
said Juice WRLD. Exactly. And did what he did. I would have said him or Triple X, bro.
I'm gonna say
Honestly,
Travis. I'm gonna say Travis.
You think Travis would have been as big as he is now if Juice was still around?
Yeah,
I don't think so, bro.
He was already big. Remember Butterfly Effect? Juice was alive when Astro World came out. Juice was alive.
Let me put it like this. Travis Scott.
That's why he probably
Travis Scott did get his own Fortnite special. But guess who else did? Juice WRLD. All I'm saying,
Juice was talented though. That boy
Juice
had that
went
music
crazy,
in him.
bro. He did, man. He went crazy, bro. Especially if we talking about talent. Because I was looking at more so like influence and stuff like that. But when you talk about talent, freestyling,
Playboy
like
Cardi
beat
gets 41
selection,
million.
creativity, and I don't know if
Flows,
it was
too.
him or the peers and stuff, but man, he could go. He could go.
Yeah, he sounded like a rock star rapping. Like the way he used to swing his voice. I still see the shadows in my room.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
that boy was cold.
All right, look, this is what I say. Dude, Playboy Cardi get 46 million monthly streams on Spotify. NBA Youngboy get 21. Wayne gets 48. So Playboy up there.
How many Travis get?
That boy Wayne still maintaining in this game, bro. 61. Travis.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Travis for the 2010s.
For the,
Okay.
for the 2020s?
I mean 2020s. 2020s.
Oh. Okay.
Hold up, bro. Like so you say Juice WRLD, dude, Juice WRLD and Travis were both around at the same time. Juice WRLD was kind of getting washed by Travis though the whole time.
Was he?
Dude, remember Astroworld came out in 2019, in summer
But he was
2019.
established though. Like he was established though. Juke about to catch. He was gonna catch up, bro. He was gonna catch up.
He's still one of the top streaming artists, man.
Juice WRLD
Already. What he
he
doing?
was on drugs so bad, bro. I don't think he would have made it.
But we talking hypothetically. Hypothetically, of course.
But
Juice WRLD.
okay, we can wrap that topic. And now for the last little quick hit.
Damn, he get more than
NBA
Youngboy, he
season.
dead.
NBA season.
28.8 monthly listeners, million listeners. How many?
But what they
Youngboy
say
got?
is young
That's more
21.
than Youngboy.
They say Young Boys fans don't have a streaming site.
I already knew where you were
YouTube.
going with that.
I mean, he is packing out arenas though. Like,
God
if
damn.
if anything, Youngboy's influence is being shown.
Bro, it gotta
on
be
full
Cardi,
display,
bro.
like,
But he doubling these folks streaming numbers. That man
He ain't
had
got more than
46
Travis.
million monthly listeners, bro.
Yeah, but wait, that's one platform. If you go to YouTube, Youngboy, watch him.
But see, Jalen don't like Travis. I forgot.
Oh, Travis Scott got 61. Damn. Okay, my bad. I ain't see that. Yeah, it gotta be Travis.
Nah, it ain't gotta be Travis. It's your pick. It ain't the people's pick. It's your pick.
Yeah, but like I said, I would have went with Juice if he was still here. So that would have been me. Because honestly, bro, I don't know what Travis do.
You
To
think
this
he
day,
don't-
I
you
like
think- you
his
think he
music,
was-
but I don't know what he do. Like,
What
he
does
just
Juice
be
do?
turned. He just be turned. Juice be rapping his ass off, bro. He be rapping.
What's
his
the
ass
coldest line Juice ever said?
off. Travis has
Can you give
a
me a
lot
line
of great
Juice ever said that's
production.
cold?
Let me see.
Give me a line Juice said that there's like.
Hold on. Let me think of the song. It really hard for me to do these type of things with anybody on the spot. But if I
moving silence like lasagna.
see, that's just some stereotypical Wayne response stuff. That's like you just pull that one out the air.
It's said and done and done and looks like he doesn't have anything, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no.
Let's move on to
I'm
the
thinking
NBA.
that right now.
But yeah, okay. For the final quick hits, NBA season just starting. Who is your early championship pick? Since no records to look at or nothing, just who you think gonna win the chip this year?
Mavericks.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna say the Rockets.
Mavericks. What? The Rockets.
Who you think gonna win? What you mean? You better not say the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know how you knew.
What's wrong with you? Why
Might be the Thunder
why?
again, honest. Oh,
Why?
what about the Pacers? Well, no, Chicago probably ain't gonna be back.
Man, listen, bro. It's gonna be if the Mavs can stay healthy this season, it's gonna be either them or like y'all said, the Thunder again.
I'm gonna say the Rockets.
When Buddy come back? Damn, what his name?
Halliburton.
Oh, so yeah, he ain't even no word yet.
I don't know. I ain't
They
looking to
done.
it.
They done so.
I mean, Houston, they was like the
Halliburton,
number 2 seed last year, and
Halliburton,
they got KD. I'm gonna go
But
Houston.
dude, they dropped everybody. Everybody's gone.
That's
For
what I'm
real?
saying.
Yeah, the whole team pretty much gone. They traded everybody for KD.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. It gonna be the Mavs, the Warriors, the Thunder.
Warriors.
And,
Who the Warriors got? The Warriors just got somebody else new, right?
Let me see what dude name is. Oh, you know they got Jimmy for sure, but I think they did just add somebody else. Yeah, but that's who it's gonna be, man. I think it's gonna be between them three and then one more I'm forgetting about. If I had to do like a top 4 They got Al Horford. That's all right with his old ass. But he be balling though, you know. DeAnthony Melton. Don't know who that is. So
The
yeah,
Celtics, y'all think they gonna do anything if JT come back?
that's what I was about to say. I
He
don't
ain't
think.
he ain't coming back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them two teams about watch because they had two major freaking injuries type shit. And then Joel Embiid, you know, they saying he can't jump no more because his knees too bad. So Sixers ain't gonna really be doing that either. I don't know, bro. We probably gonna see an emerging team this year. It's gonna be a team that's gonna be in there in the playoff picture that we did not expect, bro. Because I feel like the NBA is damn near like the NFL right now. Ain't too many just two top teams that really just running through everybody like that.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Rockets as my team, my championship team this year. OKC is the likely.
I say they are too, but
I just don't want to say.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
who won last night? The Warriors won last night. LeBron
Rockets
won,
got
bro.
the
Hey.
tallest starting five in NBA history.
Kevin Durant. When did Kevin Durant go to the... Hold on, bro. I ain't
This
trying to
off
think
season.
about-
Off
Okay.
season.
And then
What the
Ime
fuck?
Udoka, he ain't nothing to play with at the head of that team, bro. You saw what he did with them young boys last year, and with the
Man,
Celtics
they
before
got big,
that.
all these big sorry ass dude, bro. They is not gonna be able to last 4 whole quarters. Durant, nah, this is like the senior citizen squad.
Durant fouled out last night.
He did.
Yeah, nah, man. I don't know. I can't see that. I don't know.
Shake.
Bro, they
beat his
lost
ass.
to
Okay,
the
they got
Thunder
some young
about.
bucks.
They
Okay.
lost to the Thunder about 1 point, bro.
I see some.
Yeah,
young
because
bucks.
the Thunder didn't even
Man,
have
this
all their
damn near
dudes.
preseason right now. You got to get an NFL.
Dort,
the
what's his
NBA
name?
like
Dort
2 weeks
wasn't
to warm up or
playing.
something.
There was a lot of them dudes wasn't even playing. And KD was out there giving it his all. 23 points. I said, oh yeah, I already see what's going on.
I'm gonna go to a Rockets game this year. Never seen KD
Yeah,
play.
I never seen KD play either.
Yeah, because you know that he winding on down, boy. He winding on down. KD ready to, you know, just chill out every day, play some video games.
Heck yeah. But let's go ahead and wrap, fellas. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Oh, babies.
Appreciate y'all for joining. It's been a great pod.
I would like to say we have had a request. I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut you off, but we have had a request to, you know, do a live show or something like that.
A live
You know?
show?
Yeah,
That
do
would be
something
dope.
live. Yeah, so
The
probably
thing
do
is, you
like a
gotta
little
pay
10
for this
minutes.
service to do a live show. Maybe we could do a live show and then like how could maybe we do it on Instagram or something and then we could download it and then
I think we could do that. Or
To
probably
do a
even
live
TikTok
show, I
studio.
mean, maybe you could
And
come out to
TikTok studio.
Austin. We do a live show, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Heck yeah.
the thing is, Requester, this show has to be edited because we say a lot of things that need to be taken out.
I'm definitely down for a live show. That'll be dope.
Yeah, we
down
could do
for
a
a
live.
live show,
Maybe we
too.
do it live on YouTube. I'll see how we have to do that.
Say less.
Yeah, we can figure out the details. But appreciate y'all for joining. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation today. We got 5 fouls and we about to foul out.